friends, MD Vegan. I make ice cream today. Yeah, ice cream in it's autumn, it's not yet winter, but it's definitely ice cream day every day to me. I can eat ice cream for breakfast, especially when the other day I had something heavy, a salad or maybe something even cooked maybe, with vegetables and rice and beans and so. Then on the next day I would like to enjoy something light for breakfast especially. And today I make an ice cream for breakfast. Sometimes I eat ice cream at night, banana ice cream especially, because when you eat bananas at night, I found that personally I sleep better. It's calming me down, making me happy, and it's also good for digestion. Fruit at night makes it very easy to digest and to sleep better, to wake up early, and in the morning to be easier on my way. So sometimes I have some fruit, and I have a juice at night. That's also something. If I want to eat something, I feel hungry. Usually I don't eat that late, but sometimes I feel hungry if I have worked a lot. Maybe my intellect was very busy or so, my mind was busy. And then I want to eat something, and sugars are very wonderful food for the brain. And banana ice cream is always easy. Well, it's not a problem to eat fruit. They're very easy to digest and don't make you fat. You can eat so many fruits. No problem. So that's a wonderful way to eat. Banana ice cream. I freeze bananas. Here I have maybe 6 or so. I don't know how many there are. I usually make the bananas and I write them ripe. I buy a lot of bananas once a week, and then I put them on the counter, and they're ripe. And when they get dark, I open them and freeze them. I cut them into small slices. That is because when I open them, the frozen bananas, and try to take some out, it's not easy if they are all frozen in whole pieces. You can't separate them. The small slices here, you can with a firm knife or so, you can get them out, poke them out. It takes some time, but it's easy, and you can make portions as much as you like. With the whole bananas frozen, that doesn't work. I've got a problem there. You have to thaw them first, and so they have to be in slices. That's my personal take. Other fruit the same. For freezing for fruit for ice cream is always first slice them. So I took them out now out of the freezer. You see these frozen bananas here, and now they sit on the counter and they thaw a little bit. Because if I put them directly into the food processor, this is my favorite tool. I show you in a moment for making banana ice cream, because you can eat it directly from the food processor. If I use it in the blender here, the high-speed blender, this is very fast and very powerful. If I make ice cream here, it is most likely as soon as it's ice cream, it's molten already. Okay? Melted. This is really then no more ice cream. You can still enjoy it, still cool, yeah, no problem. But if you wanted to serve it to friends and eat these ice balls, yeah, make these ice balls, then this food processor is perfect. And you don't need to freeze them again. Sometimes people make ice, you make a liquid, runny cream, yeah, put it into a container and freeze it, or into ice machine. It's a usual way to make ice. But the so-called Blitz ice, yeah, in Germany we say Blitz ice, and that is directly from the food processor. And you cannot be so sophisticated with your ice cream. You have to be a simple ice cream, because all of the ingredients that you put in the food processor have to be already not easy to blend. Yeah, the high-speed blender has the advantage it breaks down everything into very small pieces, makes it creamy. But the food processor is slow with large blades. It's strong, but it can't get the same creaminess. So if you put ingredients into the food processor you would like to have in your ice cream, like nuts for example, to make it creamier, the food processor doesn't work. Then you need the blender. And I do that now with almonds. I found this is a very nice recipe, just processing frozen bananas with almond meal, almond flour. Yeah, a handful of almonds here, that's half a cup or so. I don't need that much. That is fantastic. You have the almond flour. You can put it together with the frozen bananas into the food processor and get a wonderful creamy ice. And you don't have to worry about the nuts being the pieces of nuts. The nut meal is fine enough to not disturb while you eat the ice cream. It's wonderful. I learned it on the internet. There was an Indian guy or so. He showed that and I was amazed. I tried it and now I have a new recipe. I made that before, the bananas and the almonds with the almond meal. Today I add a special ingredient, and that is lime juice. I'll show you in a moment. First now I make my almond meal. Yeah, you can buy almond meal or you can make it yourself in the power blender. Yeah, just put the cup of almonds or a half cup into the bottom. Dry, it has to be dry. You have to make it dry. Not water. Water cannot be in there. Then the meal doesn't work. And then I just blend it. Yeah, that's all it needs, yeah. And this, here I want to show you what it looks like. You see? This is what it looks like. That's sufficient. That's sufficiently nice. But the problem is if I put everything in here, I did that before. The guy on the internet, he used the power blender for that. And he put the bananas, the almonds. First he put the almonds in, like I did, and then he added the bananas. And that was, I tried that too. That's a big mistake because the blender, you can destroy the blender with that. Because if you have a very heavy cream in the blender and the blender is too full, especially like here, it's enough. The blender can, the motor can get too hot. It begins to, the plastic in the motor begins to melt down and it smells bad. It's dangerous because you can ruin the whole motor. And these things are expensive. If you ruin it, you will be very sorry. So I did that once here and it began to stink. I turned it off and used the food processor. I don't do that again. I can hardly recommend you, don't do that. And the guy who sold me the blender, the one who developed it in Germany, he told me the same. He said, don't do that. You ruin your poor blender. you can have this blender for your life, yeah, but you have to take care. And if you put too much into it, too heavy, and blend it too long, you can ruin it. So these things are amazing, but you have to handle it with care. So now here, this is the almond meal here. It's perfect, you know. Just the blender is perfect to make this almond meal. You see what I have? And I put the bananas first into my food processor here. This is with the S blade. Comes with the S blade. That is the perfect for making ice cream. Yeah. Put the bananas in first. And they have been thawing a little bit. Otherwise, you can do it without thawing, but it takes much longer for the food processor, and you have to turn it over, you have to stop in between, help turn over, and so that's not necessary. But when you wait too long, you thaw it too much, then you don't have ice cream anymore. It melts. So you have to be a little bit experienced. You find out. That's not a problem. But you have to be a little bit aware what you do, a little bit sensitive, you know. Watch it and try and error. And so it's not that difficult. That's why I explain a little bit longer, because banana ice cream is fantastic, Blitz ice is fantastic, but you get much easier if you know some tricks. That's why I make these videos, because the tricks. I tried that for myself for many years. I began with raw food and these tools, the food processor, the blender, and I made many mistakes. And you don't in the videos and the recipes you can read, you don't find these tips. You don't find these things that people experience in their kitchen, daily kitchen routine. They don't write about it usually. So I find these tricks very helpful, and it takes a long time to write it all down in detail. I write a cooking book now with the recipes, and at some points I explain a little in detail what I do when I open a coconut or something. I describe how the hand moves, and so because you don't have a visual in them. And I did a lot of words are needed to describe these detailed processes. That's why the video is such a great help for these things, you know. You can see everything, he explains it, shows it, and so much better off than reading a book. reading a book takes you so much more time in the kitchen. You have the recipe and you have to figure it out in the kitchen in your own practice. You don't see it. You have to figure it out. And so many things, you cannot write it down too much. It's too complicated for text. But when you see it, it's so much easier to understand. That's why I say videos are also very nice. Here, I have one lime that is pressed in a citrus press. It's very easy to get that. And I put it just into here. And that's what I want to tell you from the flavor. The most important thing here. In the end, you taste it. And I made a dressing with lime juice, or limes and almonds. Yeah, just that. Yeah. And this is a combination that is so perfect. I mean, really amazing. You can look it up. It's a dressing made with limes and almonds. I guess I have chili or something to add. But it is so delicious a combination, almond and lime together. They are as if they have been made for each other. And that's why I thought, hey, why not try that with ice cream? Because, you know, a lemon and banana, and lime is some kind of lemon, is so nice together. So maybe with the lime and the almond, that might be a perfect ice cream. I will try that now. Let's see what happens. All I have to do now is to wait until it's ready. Maybe I come back in a moment. Let's see how long it takes. Yeah, I thawed it for maybe 15 minutes or so. The bananas have sitting there for 15 minutes. It depends also how cold your freezer is. My freezer goes deep down, and so it takes a little longer to thaw. Depends on your freezer, yeah. So you have to figure that out. It's tasty. I'm very excited now. Looks perfect. Texture is perfect. It's a perfect ice cream. That's good. Let's see now what it tastes like. Got it. Very nice. So good. Yeah. So one lime, let's say maybe 6 or 7 bananas or so. I would say 3 cups bananas, sliced bananas, frozen. Half cup of almonds and 1 lime. That's enough. So I show you now. I'll put it into the glass. You see the little balls here, ice balls. I like this tool. It's such a nice game, play. It's so much fun. I like these ice balls. I was always an ice fan. When I found banana ice cream, I was so happy. There's so many variations. Now, this is again a new one. Who knows, you know? You always find something new. As you have so many different plants in our nature, and there's so many variations, and they are fantastic, and you don't even know it. They're waiting there for us to explore. Yeah, see? Perfect ice cream. What can you say? Can get better, right? I will make many more ice creams. It's always a fantastic thing. It's so much fun. Maybe one of my favorite breakfasts. Fruit salad comes right after that. Maybe fruit salad, sometimes I like more fruit salad, but this time I wouldn't like a fruit salad more. This now is my breakfast. Yeah, it's a dessert too, whatever you like. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. I have to be quick now because the ice begins to run away. I have to eat it, make a photo, take a photo, and then I enjoy it. So pretty quick now. You like my videos? Like it, subscribe, and be vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and even Twitter. Yeah.